Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd do a little video for you today, looking back over the major talking points in La Liga over the weekend, and also a look ahead at the big Champions League games in the next couple of days. Let's start then with La Liga, and let's start with Real Madrid. Real Madrid 3-0 winners away to Las Palmas. Las Palmas looking pretty doomed now, it has to be said. Coach Paco Gémez describing his team earlier in the week as the worst side that he had ever coached, and they certainly lived up to that billing against the Real Madrid side, you know, with lots and lots of players rested by Zidane in the Canary Islands on Saturday. Cristiano Ronaldo sat out, Toni Kroos, Sergio Ramos, Marcelo as well, you know, ahead of the big Champions League game against Juventus. But even so, it was a stroll for Real Madrid, a really easy victory in the end. And, you know, a good performance from Gareth Bale. You know, a lot of people, Gareth Bale's had a lot of criticism this season. But, it was a bright performance, a very, very good first goal he scored from a Luka Modric pass. A goal very much made in Tottenham, really. Luka Modric pass, Gareth Bale running down the left, cutting inside, and then beating the goalkeeper. The kind of goal that he used to score a lot at Tottenham when he used to cut inside from that left flank, which I've always thought really is his best position. And the kind of goal that he doesn't score very often, let's be honest, when Ronaldo's in the team, because Ronaldo likes to start off at least from that left hand side. Sometimes I feel that we see a bit more of Bale when Ronaldo's not there. That perhaps Bale is inhibited a little bit by the presence of Cristiano. But a good performance by Bale. He scored obviously that goal, and he scored later from the penalty spot as well. So 2 goals, and he's in contention, you would think, for a place in the starting lineup against Juventus. Although I think he's probably an outside choice. I think we're more likely to see Isco in that game in Turin. Karim Benzema scoring the other goal from the penalty spot. 3-0 win, like I say, pretty routine, and a lot of players rested up. Luka Modric played for an hour and then was taken off as well. So perfect preparation really for Real Madrid ahead of the big test in Turin on Tuesday night. Barcelona had a much more difficult game, and almost lost their unbeaten record. 30 games unbeaten now for the Blaugrana, but they came very, very close to losing that unbeaten record. Rescued a 2-2 draw in the end away to Sevilla. Luis Suarez scoring the 88th minute, and Lionel Messi, who else, equalising in the 89th minute to win Barcelona a point, to preserve their unbeaten record in La Liga and the chance of going all the way through the competition without defeat, something which has never been done in Spain in the league title. The new Invincibles, perhaps, but it almost wasn't, like I said. And there was no Sergio Busquets. He was still out for injury, although he's expected to be back in time for the game against Roma in the Champions League on Wednesday. And there was no Messi in the starting lineup either. Messi missed the friendlies against against Italy and against Spain in the recent international break with hamstring and adductor problems. There was no need for Argentina to take a risk with Messi, and Barcelona didn't want to take a risk either. He was kept on the bench, kept in reserve, and sent on when he was really needed, and that happened fairly early in the second half. After 57 minutes, Messi came on, and he was given, after a very, very careful warm-up, he was given clear and concise instructions not to sprint and not to change pace too quickly, because the risk of the injury is there. They have to be very, very careful and manage this properly. So Messi came on. It wasn't walking pace, he did run, but he had to be very, very careful with his movements on the pitch. But even so, as soon as he came on, you notice that difference. Just psychologically, when Messi's on the pitch, he makes a difference. But not just that, his movements, his link-up play, it lifted the whole team, and he caused havoc. And within a couple of minutes, Barca had already created a couple of really, really good chances. The minutes were ticking away, and in the end it looked like, despite all of Messi's best efforts, they weren't going to do it. And Sevilla had chances to put the game out of Barcelona's reach, but they missed, and they missed again, and they missed again. And in the end, Messi and Barca came out trumps and rescued that 2-2 draw, which, like I say, keeps Barcelona's hopes of going unbeaten in La Liga alive. And, still very big favourites, despite that draw, to go on and, win the championship. Atletico beat Deportivo at the Wanda Metropolitano 1-0, and, have an outside chance, but I would say they're too far away at this point to really have a shot at winning the title. It would take a real dramatic decline from Barcelona to lose it from here. Barcelona now with 76 points, 8 fixtures left. If they win them all, they'll equal the record of 100 points set by Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid in 2011-2012, and they equaled the following season by Tito Villanova's Barça. But they can't set a new record. That's if they win, of course, all their 8 games. That's a lot to ask. There's a Clásico ahead. Let's remember, and some difficult fixtures for Barcelona. But there's still the chance for them to go unbeaten, which would be quite something. Right then, let's look ahead to the Champions League. And on Tuesday night, we've got 2 games: Sevilla against Bayern and Juventus Real Madrid. Now, Sevilla, something of a surprise inclusion in the lineup for the last 8. Obviously, the Andalusians beat Manchester United in the last round over 2 legs, a 0-0 draw at home, and then that 2-1 win away, that impressive victory at Old Trafford. And, if they play like they did against Barcelona at the weekend, then they certainly will have a chance. They're dangerous. But I still think Bayern will be too strong in that tie. I still think defensively there are question marks about Sevilla. Barcelona didn't test them as much as they should have for long periods in that game. But Sevilla have conceded a lot of goals this season. Bayern, with all their attacking might and quality, I really feel that they're big favourites to go through. Juventus Real Madrid. Now this is a huge tie, in any competition, and whatever the state of the respective teams. Juventus, not an easy team. They came through against Tottenham. They were a little bit not fortunate, but they certainly they made the most of their opportunities, shall we say, in that tie. I was at the second game at Wembley, and Tottenham dominated for long periods, just as they had done in the first match in Turin. Juventus probably over the whole tie had only dominated for 15 or 20 minutes, being the better side for 15 or 20 minutes of the whole thing. Yet they knew how to win. That big match experience carried them through, and that's impressive. They know how to do it at the very highest level. They've won Serie A, I think, the last 6 seasons. They've won lots and lots of trophies. They've been in 2 of the last 3 Champions League finals, and that experience really carried them through. But if there's one team in Europe who knows how to win, it's Real Madrid, 12-time winners of the Champions League, and I think probably the worst possible draw for Juventus, or one of the worst possible draws for Juventus. I feel Real Madrid are too strong. They have better players. They have a bigger and better squad, and obviously Cristiano Ronaldo on the greatest scoring streak of his career with 21 goals in the last 11 matches. Absolutely unbelievable, that rate of scoring for Ronaldo, who of course was rested at the weekend, so he's going to be fresh for that match in Turin. And Ronaldo scored twice in the final against Juve last season. It was an easy win, a comprehensive victory in the end for Real Madrid, and I feel that they're going to have too much quality in this one as well. Moving on to Wednesday then, Barcelona-Roma, and I'm hoping to be at Camp Nou for that game, which should be a good one. Roma, let's be honest, probably the weakest team in the last 8, perhaps along with Sevilla, although I think Sevilla, by winning at Old Trafford and the way they played the weekend, they've showed that actually they're probably stronger than Roma. I think it's a very, very good draw for Barcelona at this stage. It won't be an easy game. Won't be an easy tie, but even if Messi's not fit to start, which you think he probably will be, but even if he wasn't, Barcelona should have too much quality to overcome Roma. and Busquets potentially being back is big news for Barça. Nainggolan, of course, suffered an injury at the weekend. He's back in training as well. He should be available, but if not, that could be a blow for Roma. Whoever plays, I just feel that Barca have much too much quality at this stage for Roma, who've done really well, let's be honest, to get to this point of the competition. I'm less sure about Liverpool against Manchester City. I think this is going to be an absolutely fascinating tie. Obviously, in the Premier League, Man City are running away with it under Pep Guardiola. Some really, really fantastic football they've played this season. But the only game they've lost, let's remember, in the Premier League this season was at Anfield against Liverpool in that epic 4-3 win for the Reds. And, that's going to make City a little bit wary. And Guardiola has spoken about all the quality that Liverpool have, and he's right, they do. And, Mohamed Salah is probably the most on-form player, certainly in England, and one of the most informed players in Europe right now. So, won't be easy. Jurgen Klopp's also the coach who's beaten Guardiola more than any other manager with 5 victories over the Catalan. So that makes it interesting. Obviously, Man City won their first meeting in the Premier League 5-0, but that match was conditioned a little bit by the sending off of Sadio Mane. So 1-0 at the time, and Liverpool playing pretty well. So this is going to be a fascinating one. I think City, you have to say, are favourites, but Liverpool have a great chance as well. Anyway, guys, let's see what happens. Enjoy the games. Thanks for joining me, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.